Well, hi there. How are you doing today? And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Erica and I make YouTube time-lapse art videos with some talking in the background. And today I am actually working on a snake with some water droplets all over it. And before I get too far into the video, I found this picture on Google, but I tracked the photographer, which is art too. The photographer, I tracked them back to Instagram, and they are on Instagram. I will leave a link down in the description part of this video, and if I remember, I might also leave a link in the comment section. That way you can look in the comments and click on it too. But if you want to go check out their site, it's great. They have some amazing, amazing photography. I mean, absolutely spectacular. So yeah, definitely go check them out if you want to. And I am working on this. I bought some colored pencils. It had been years and years since I had really used colored pencils in any of my art. When I was younger, I used it a lot, but it never really worked out the way I wanted it to. So I just kind of gave up on colored pencils for a long time. I did some acrylic painting for a while, and then for a while I didn't do any art at all. And then when I got back into art, I really started using a lot of markers because I found markers and they were amazing. Like, where were markers my whole life? And then I discovered watercolor, and I'd used a little bit of watercolor when I was younger too, but didn't really know how to use it. So, I've learned to work with watercolor a little better, and that's great stuff too. So I figured I'd give, colored pencils a try again because I see people use them and they have amazing outcome with them, and I just never did when I was younger. So I decided to, break down and buy some colored pencils, and I bought some Prismacolor Premier colored pencils. That was what I started with. And I can't remember the first piece I did with those pencils. I think it might have been a Labradorite skull, which I haven't posted that video yet, but I will eventually post that video. I have like so many videos that are, oh my gosh, we won't even talk about that. But anyway, so I think that was the first thing I did with the colored pencils. I can't remember. But I decided I really, really liked using colored pencils after I figured out how to do it, Thank God for YouTube and the power of Google and, figuring. I just didn't know. I just didn't know that there were things you could do to make your colored pencils turn out better than the way I was using them when I was a teenager. So, yeah, so then I decided I was going to figure out what is the best colored pencil to buy. And through my research on the internet, it seemed like Caran d'Ache pencils were the best. So I went ahead and I bought a pack of those, and oh my goodness, do they smell good. When you open the box of Caran d'Ache pencils, it smells so good. It just smells like wood. Like, the Prismacolors really didn't smell like that. And I don't know if it's because, like, the Caran d'Ache, I don't know if you could tell, you look at the pencils here, they're like, just got color on the tip, and then the rest of it's all wooden. Whereas the Prismacolors, they have paint all the way down. They have color the whole way down the pencil. So maybe that's why they smell so strong like that. I don't know, but they smell amazing. I love that smell. So I used those. That's what I used for this piece. I used the Caran d'Ache. I do prefer the Caran d'Ache over the Prismacolor Premier. I'm not going to say that the Prismacolors are bad because they're not bad. They're a really good pencil as well. But as far as like just little things, like the blending's a little bit easier with the Caran d'Ache colors, and also the point stays a little sharper than the Prismacolor does. It seems like if I sharpen them real sharp, as soon as I put that point down, it just like crumples, so it doesn't really hold a tip. But the Caran d'Ache seems to hold a tip. I mean, I press hard enough that I can crumble that one too, but it still holds it just a little bit better than the Prismacolor Premier. So yeah, they are not like miles ahead of the Prismacolor Premiers, but they are just a little bit better. Just a little bit better. So somebody might disagree with me on that. That's fine. I could be wrong. I mean, I'm usually wrong anyway, but so that's my experience with them. So I did find the Caran d'Ache on Amazon. That's where I bought them. I actually bought the Prismacolors through Michaels, but they honored the price that was on Amazon because I had found it at not a discounted price, but I'd found it cheaper on Amazon. And I think Blick too. I might have found it cheaper on Blick. But if you go to Michael's, which is the only real, it's the closest one to me is the Michael's, so that's where I went, and and that's a whole funny story too about that. But yeah, so I went to Michael's to go get the Prismacolor Premieres, and they did honor the price difference. So I bought those. I think I paid like $100 for the Prismacolor Premieres. I paid like $240, I think, for the Caran Dash colored pencils. I'm pretty sure that's what they were. There'll be links down below for both of them. I'll leave links for both kinds if you want to check them out. But the Caran Dash you can get two ways. You can get them in just like a regular box, I guess. It's a little box. Or you can get them in a tin box. Personally, I don't really care about whether it's a tin box or a regular box. I mean, if you use them enough, which I've already completely gone through a black and a white pencil, if you're using them for a lot of artwork, you're going to probably go through a lot of them anyway. They're not going to last forever. So, I mean, maybe in that sense, getting a tin box might hold up a little longer than a what do you call it? A cardboard box. I guess it's a cardboard box. But again, that's all personal preference. You can probably also buy holders for your colored pencils so that they're out and ready to use instead of in a box too. And I guess if you really use a lot of them like that, you know, you probably already have that. So what it comes in, you know, doesn't really matter so much. That's all, you know, who cares? So that's what I have. I got the ones that were cheaper in the cardboard box instead of the more expensive ones with the same amount of pencils in a tin box. I think it was like a $50 difference. It might have been a little bit more. I can't remember. But it was enough of a difference that just the colored pencils were fine for me. So that's all I'm using anyway, right? And this is what I forgot about colored pencils when I was younger, because, you know, you forget things. The sharpening. Oh my gosh. Sharpening and sharpening and sharpening. You know, I kind of expected the blending and blending, even though I didn't do a lot of that when I was younger. I just did shading, I guess would be a good way to say it. I shaded a lot of the art that I worked with, but I never like used it for like coloring. So like there's a lot of blending and really putting that color on in layers. It's like layers and layers and then lots of sharpening and sharpening. Luckily your hand doesn't get too dirty with the black. It kind of does pick up a little bit of the black, so you know I had to kind of get that off my hand every once in a while, but it doesn't really smear like charcoal. Oh my god, charcoal. I used to use charcoal. I can't use charcoal. It's so messy. I always mess it up. And then something else I learned, but I've also been using with the markers too, is, and because of the glare too, that was actually how I ended up finding this out. You can use a varnish over your paper art. It doesn't have to be on can. I always thought you could only use like varnish over canvas, but you can get like I use this Winsor & Newton spray varnish. It's a matte varnish. You can spray it right over there, right over it, and it completely gets rid of any shine that might be in there, or it completely makes it like one even coat. And then I always use my white pen after I put that down because I find that it keeps it nice and crisp and white. When I was using my pen over like the colored pencil and the marker, it would kind of pick up the color a little bit. It would like bleed into that white ink. So it doesn't do that if you use the matte varnish. While I was doing Mermaid, which I don't have those videos up, I was using the matte varnish and I ran out of the Winsor & Newton, and I actually bought some from, I think it's called a Grumbacher. Well, I don't know if that's how I pronounce it, but that's how it's pronounced. That's how I, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it looks like Grumbacher. And it was a final fixative. I didn't like that as much. It kind of changed the color a little bit. It didn't stay the same color as like with the Winsor & Newton. It almost darkened it up a little bit. So, and it was a different feeling once it was over, like trying to draw over it. It was a different feeling. So I prefer the Winsor & Newton to the Grumbacher, but maybe somebody else likes it the other way around. They like that little more textured type of feeling, and I don't know. So, but I prefer the Winsor & Newton. not available for a little while. That's why I ended up with the Grumbacher, but I ended up, once it became available, I went ahead and picked up another can of the Winsor Newton. Probably should pick up another one just in case, you know, so I have a backup for the next time I run out, but maybe next time. All right. So I think I've talked about all of the products that I used, and I'll say it one more time. If you're interested in checking out any of the products, I will have them linked down in the description below, so you can check them out, see what they look like, see what the prices are, all that good stuff. Um, yeah, I was really happy with the way this one turned out. I mean, it wasn't exactly like his picture, but I wasn't really going for exactly like his picture. I mean, I just liked the way the bubbles were on the snake. I thought it was really pretty. And then here I am going in after I've done the spray and all that and putting in my white highlights. And you can see I put some gold leaf on because I love gold leaf. I just love the gold. I love the gold leaf and I love the gold ink. I use them both in this one. I'm pretty sure. I think I used them both just to like outline it a little bit. And that's it. So, yep, I think I covered everything that I did here for the most part. I will probably be uploading some more of my mermaid videos. I still have to finish those, and I still have to finish my To-Doodle Today videos, and I also still have to finish. There's something else. I can't remember what it is now, but oh well. So I'm sure I'll think of it. All right. Thank you guys so much for sticking around and watching this video. And thank you so much to my subscribers. You guys are all awesome. All right. Love you guys. Bye.